did have a frontal system help things out a little bit as far as temperatures go. We'll take any improvements compared to the mid-90s that we saw for afternoon highs yesterday. At the very least, we dropped back down into the lower 70s this morning, much like we did yesterday morning. But you can see how last hour we were sitting at 90 degrees, the hottest so far at Joplin Regional. Well, you'll see once we pop up the 6 o'clock numbers, just inched a little bit hotter. Hopefully the hottest will go before we go back down to the 70s overnight. Here's the thunderstorms that grazed on northern counties this morning and for some early this afternoon, not to mention a couple little guys that tried to fire up along the turnpike in northeast Oklahoma earlier this afternoon, but the closest to any rain or storms I'm watching is this complex of rain and storms that certainly were more fierce around Ark City and the south sides of the Wichita area, but you can see how it's really starting to collapse even though we're still picking up quite a bit of lightning with it. Overall though, they're going to try to move toward the southeast, maybe some toward the east, so we'll see if it can survive the journey as it tries to work into our far western counties. Other than that, I think this is going to weaken, certainly as we get past sunset. Otherwise, everybody else is looking dry for now, so that translates to a dry look from Lender Chevrolet on the southeast side of Joplin overlooking 44, and for 7th and Rangeline as well. The current numbers, that's the hottest we've been so far today. 91 only feels like 95, thankfully, with the dew point sitting in the upper 60s. Most of us are in the mid 80s to about the lower 90s right now. The hottest for some, mid to upper 90s, but at least it's an improvement compared to the other day. And eventually we're going to drop back into the lower 70s tonight once we get past some evening thunderstorm chances, certainly with this batch off to the west. But there's other thunderstorms firing up across parts of Kansas. That's because of our frontal system parked right on top of the region. As long as it stays in place for tomorrow, we'll repeat it all over again before it lifts back north. But the cold front to the north and west, though, that's the one we're going to welcome with open arms, as that's going to be a bit of a relief from the heat that we've been putting up with for at least the past 10 or 11 days. So the thunderstorms that are out to the west, they're going to try to work in at least for some of our far western counties, but I really do think they're going to collapse as they try to work on in. I'm going to keep most of us dry to start Tuesday morning out with lows in the lower 70s, but as we go throughout the rest of the day with that front around, we'll just watch for scattered thunderstorm chances once again. I don't think anything too strong or severe. 71 in the morning, 86 by noon, highs topping out around 91. Then we'll keep quiet for a portion of Thursday evening, then additional storms you can see grazing us Friday morning, and then a hot Friday afternoon as that system lifts back to the north. That'll push us into the mid 90s. I'm looking at upper 90s with this upper ridge of control for Saturday, but that front to the north and west and a stronger upper level low. Look at what it does for us. Better thunderstorm chances late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and look at how it squashes that ridge back to the west of the region, deep into the west. That means we'll go from 91 tomorrow, 95 Friday, 98 on Saturday, then highs in the lower to middle 80s to start early next week out, and keeping our fingers crossed down that Monday morning, we could start at 62 for Monday morning.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, certainly keeping all my fingers and toes crossed. We can hold on to those numbers.
I'm impressed that you can cross your toes. Thanks, Nick.